Welcome back, everybody, for another weekly episode of kind of like the NHL update on Hut. What's going on? What's new? What's exciting? This week, we shift from fantasy and supernatural to something that's off the charts. So we got the off the charts event that is happening. We'll go right into it here. We got 5 MSPs. We got Sid the Kid. We got David Pastrnak. We got Jay Bouwmeester, PK Subban, and Henrik Lundqvist. Honestly, another great week of some MSPs. There's some must-makes in there. There's some hidden gems like that Luke Robitaille that you see. We'll go and highlight some of these cards really quick. We got some wild card players that come out. John Tavares, Mikael Granlund. There's some solid ones, and then this week was kind of highlighted and dominated by the old Panarin card in objectives. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, I'll probably be making another YouTube video on those Panarin moments because it was nothing short of frustrating. Going into it, let's take a look at some of these off the chart event items as we go into week one of this. Honestly, I'm liking them. There's some really good cards out there. I think a couple got snubbed, but we're going to kick it off here with David Pastrnak. I'll go back to the other view here. 6 foot, buck 96, 89 XL, 90 speed. His shot might be one of the best in the game with 95 accuracy, both for the slap shot and the wrist shot power. And he has gold schnipe on there. Honestly, a very good card, and it was a good leadoff card when you're taking a look at this event, especially coming off the Supernatural event that absolutely had bangers all across the board. You could use almost any of the MSPs. This week, I don't think it was as good, but still had some really good cards in there. Sidney Crosby, 5'11", 200. I usually feel like Sidney Crosby plays a little too slow, but 88 XL, 88 speed this early in the game is actually really good. Plus 88 faceoffs is absolutely immaculate. He has gold born leader, which I probably wouldn't see, but I'm actually going to be looking at making him because it'll give me kind of that true number one center. Then we got Henrik Lundqvist. Got that speed boost. He's got gold post to post. It's a goalie at the end of the day, 6'1", buck 80. A little small for my taste. Goalies, I'm not going to put a whole bunch of time into or to invest into. Honestly, this is probably the gem of the entire event so far. We got Jay Bouwmeester, 88 XL, 90 speed, 90 endurance. His power is at 89 on both sides, and his defensive stats are absolutely wicked. He has gold shutdown to kind of complement it out, 6'4", 206. This one would be a must-make in my eyes, especially if you need a left D-man. Then you have PK Subban on the right side. I think this is the card they did dirty. 86 SL, 87 speed, so essentially he's slower than Bouwmeester. He's shorter than Bouwmeester. He has gold 1T, which is good. But if you take a look between the two, they both have the same power. They have the same wrist shot power. They have the same slap shot power as Jay Bouwmeester. So this gold 1T ain't going to be much difference, and his defensive stats are worse. I think they did his card very dirty. Dominik Hasek was another one. Luke Robitaille, I like to highlight this card. He's not an MSP, but if you pull him, 91 XL, 89 speed, 90s for his shot, and his defensive stats are a little lackluster, but from an offensive standpoint, say you don't get Pastrnak, but you get him, I think you'll be feeling just fine about that decision as well. Kind of going back, those are some of like the bigger cards that I saw that I was like, wow, this is kind of like a must maker if you stumble across it. If I had to rank them myself, I'd probably put Bouwmeester as one, and then Sidney Crosby and Pastrnak is kind of like that 2A, 2B. Depends if you need a winger more or a centerman more. But that kind of gets you started on those off the charts. The other one that we have going on is this awesome Panarin card. And it took me 3 streams to get him, but we finally did. 86 overall, 6 foot, buck 75, 90 XL, 91 speed. He has gold 1T as well. His accuracy is in the low 90s for his shooting. His hands are in the mid or lower 90s as well. Defensive stats, you know, he ain't going to be knocking anybody off the puck, but he has a great shot. Definitely worthwhile. Grind the objectives. It took me playing co-op to get it. I'll probably release a YouTube short on it because it was actually a pretty nuts sequence. So you're not going to want to miss when that one gets revealed. As a huge team update, we have grinded and we've gotten to the point where we have finally made our first big boy card. This is the Connor McDavid X Factor. I mean, 6'1", buck 94, 93 XL, 93 speed, 85 endurance is a little lackluster, but he has gold wheels on him, so it's 0 ability points. So that's something also take a look at. His shot isn't immaculate. His hands are in the 90s and stuff like that. He doesn't have great defensive stats, but honestly, having him, you know, he's almost guaranteed to have another Team of the Year card. So getting this done early felt really good. And honestly, I'm just kind of happy that, you know, we got this card. It was a lot of work to get to this point. Then we retained Willie Nylander and Miro Heiskanen. We got Panarin on the second line. We got Patrick Marleau. And the rest of the team's still about the same. Defensively, we got Miro Heiskanen. Zdeno Chara's second. I really like how Heiskanen plays. It's just me, though. And we got Mike Green from our last Hut Champs run. My voice is a little gone. Just got back from the Minnesota Wild Toronto Maple Leafs game that went to OT. It was such a good ending. I'm a diehard Wild fan. It was an awesome game to go to. So when you go into wild card 2, your wild card path, if you want to notice, is down to 15,000 points now to max this bad boy out. So if you remember in prior weeks, it's 20,000 wild card points to max it out is now 15, and the objectives are about the same. So when it comes to make some of those off the charts players, it's the same as last week. Honestly, I won't bore you with the details, but when you go in, you got to make 4 collectibles in the sets to be able to do it. You can obtain 2 of those collectibles for off-the-chart players just in objectives. Then you got to make the tokens to power them up just like you did last week. So you can make tokens, but you can also get 8 free by doing objectives, wildcard, and moments. Then that was kind of the big stuff that's going on this week. If you are doing your Hut Champs run, 10 wins gets you a Danny Heatley card. So you don't want to miss out on that. At least try to get your 10 wins out of that. Or go for top 100 if you fall in that category. There was a lot of stuff going on, but we're kind of getting into a rhythm and flow of how everything's looking this year. Whether it be objectives, moments, and different stuff coming out. But it is keeping us on our feet, which I'm really enjoying. The Danny Heatley card, he has gold make it snappy, sniper forward, his shots in the 90s, 84 XL, 86 speed, so in the nicest way possible. Probably ain't making my team unless I finish top 100, which in the nicest way I'm not going to. I'm not that good. But his shot's good. He's a big body. He's hard to knock off the puck. His defensive stats ain't that great. So honestly, when I get this 85 overall, probably not going to make my team at this point. And I'm just being honest. Hi, little guy. Got Micah here. But once again, this is kind of like a short, sweet, to the point stream. I really appreciate you guys stopping in. Yeah, that's kind of like a quick update. Off the charts week 1, I think there's some great MSPs out there that are kind of like must makes and stuff like that. I think they kind of went a little lackluster. I think they did PK Subban dirty. But we'll see what week 2 has to offer. If you guys like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you once again since we have surpassed 100 subs. And hopefully we'll see you here back next week. And we'll give you another team update. We're going to work on getting 2 videos out a week so that way I don't have to cram everything that's going on into one video. And it'd be nice kind of breaking up it between 2. But other than that, hey, go wild. Another win, baby. Be safe, y'all. Happy Sunday. Fun day.